Hey there, horror fans. Tonight, I'm sharing a story that'll make you rethink those creepy old houses in your town. This one's from my childhood friend Emily, who grew up in a small city in upstate New York and had a run-in with something dark in a blackened old duplex back in '97. It's not just about ghosts, it's about a night that left her and her friends scarred, and a house that still sends chills through the locals. So, grab a cozy blanket, dim the lights, and get ready, because this one's just for you. If it freaks you out, smash that like button. Your likes keep these spooky stories coming, and I've got more waiting if you show the love. Let's dive in. It's 1997, and I'm a 13-year-old kid living in a brick 10-story apartment building in downtown Elmira, New York, right by the Chemung River, where the water's always half frozen and the air smells of snow and factory smoke. My building's shaped like a U, with killer views of the city's lights, but my best friend Emily lives across the street in a much creepier spot, a sagging, two-family wooden duplex painted pitch black, like it soaked up every shadow in town. It sits next to the ruins of an old Lutheran church, burned down in the '70s, its charred steeple still looming like a broken finger. Emily's place is one half of the duplex, home to her big family, her mom, Linda, her stepdad, Roy, a mean streak of a man, her older sister, Jess, who's 16, and two younger brothers. The other half of the duplex is empty, has been for years, its windows boarded, its door padlocked. Locals say it's cursed, that nobody stays long, but Emily's family can't afford to move, so they make do. Emily and I are tight, always hanging out after school, swapping CDs or sneaking candy from the corner store. Her house is weird, though. Every time I visit, it's empty except for her and Jess, the adults at work, the younger kids at daycare. The place smells of damp wood and stale coffee, and the floorboards creak like they're complaining. Jess, who's got a tough edge, says the empty half gives her the creeps, but Emily shrugs it off. It's just a house, she says, though I catch her glancing at the shared wall sometimes, like she hears something I don't. One Sunday in February, with snow piled high outside, Emily's parents and little brothers head to Binghamton to visit family, leaving her and Jess alone. It's a rare free day, and we're itching for fun. We're obsessed with spooky stuff, like most 13-year-olds, always trying dumb things like Ouija boards or mirror games. Emily gets the idea to have a séance, nothing serious, just a giggle with some classmates. We call up 3 other girls from school, Tara, Megan, and Sophie, and tell them to bring candles. By 6 p.m., we're all crammed in Emily's living room, the heat cranked, the windows fogged from our breath. Jess, sprawled on the couch, agrees to supervise, though she's more interested in her Walkman than our witchy nonsense. We set the scene like we're in a movie, 5 candles in a circle on the coffee table, their flames flickering in the drafty room. We draw a chart on a piece of poster board, arrows pointing to words like yes, no, maybe, do it, don't, kid stuff, but it feels serious in the moment. Emily pulls out a sewing needle, says we'll spin it around a candle, and wherever the shadow lands, that's our answer. We're giggling, hyped up on soda, debating who to summon. Tara suggests Kurt Cobain, Megan votes for Princess Diana, but Jess, rolling her eyes, says, pick someone dead, dummies. We settle on Jim Morrison, because Sophie's obsessed with the Doors. The room's dark except for the candles, the snow outside muffling the world, and for a second, it's perfect, just us, our shadows dancing on the walls. We start, taking turns asking dumb questions. Jim, you like our town? You got a girlfriend up there? The needle spins, the shadow wobbling, landing on no or maybe, and we laugh, accusing each other of cheating. Then, in a lull, the air shifts. It's hard to explain, but the room feels heavier, like someone's watching. The candles flicker, though there's no breeze, and we go quiet. That's when we hear it, a faint, cheery tune, the theme from Goosebumps, that old kids show, coming from the empty half of the duplex. It's unmistakable, the goofy synth notes we all know, but it's wrong, because nobody's over there, no TV, no power, nothing. We freeze, staring at the wall. Is that the TV? Sophie whispers, her voice shaky. Emily shakes her head, her eyes wide. There's no one there. The music plays for a minute, clear as day, then stops. We're spooked but try to laugh it off. Maybe a radio? Tara suggests, but her smile's forced. Jess, who's been half listening, pulls off her headphones, frowning. What's that noise? Before we can answer, another sound starts, a slow, deliberate scratching from the bathroom, which shares a wall with the empty half. It's not a mouse, it's too loud, like nails dragging on wood, steady and intentional. The bathroom's an old pit toilet setup, just a hole in the floor, and the sound's coming from right behind it. We're paralyzed, the candles casting long shadows that seem to twist. Then, a crash echoes from the empty half, like furniture toppling, heavy and violent. Jess leaps up, cursing loudly, her voice cracking with fear. What the hell is that? The candles go out, all at once, plunging us into darkness. We scream, a chaotic mess of voices, scrambling for the door. I grab Emily's arm, my heart pounding, but the front door won't budge, locked from the outside, which makes no sense, we didn't touch it. The power cuts, the room pitch black, and the Goosebumps theme starts again, louder, distorted, like it's coming from inside the walls. Worse, there's laughter now, high and childish, echoing from the attic above us, sharp and wrong, like a kid who's never known joy. Panic takes over. We're screaming, banging on the door, tripping over each other. The scratching gets faster, the crashes louder, and the laughter turns into a giggle that makes my skin crawl. I don't know how we do it, but we shove the door hard, and it gives, splintering as we spill onto the snowy porch, barefoot, our coats forgotten. We run, scattering into the winter night, the streetlights blurry through the snow. I sprint to my building, my feet numb, my breath burning, not daring to look back. Emily and Jess don't follow, and I don't see Tara, Megan, or Sophie until morning. I go back at dawn, my mom yelling at me for sneaking out, but I need to check on Emily. The duplex looks normal in the gray light, just a tired old house, but the air feels wrong, heavy, like it's holding a secret. I sit on a bench across the street, waiting, my sneakers soaked from the snow. Around 8 a.m., Emily and Jess trudge up, their faces pale, their eyes glassy, like they haven't slept. They're wrapped in blankets, shivering, and when I ask where they went, Emily's voice is flat. The church. They'd run to the burned-out Lutheran ruins, hid in the basement until sunrise, too scared to go back. We're not stepping in that house, Jess says, her voice trembling. Not till Mom's back. They crash at my place, barely speaking, their hands shaking as they sip hot chocolate. Linda and Roy return that evening, furious about the mess in the house. The living room's trashed, furniture flipped, the poster board shredded, candle wax splattered like blood. Linda thinks it's a prank, but Roy's eyes narrow, like he knows more than he's saying. He doesn't believe the girl's story, calls it teenage nonsense, and punishes them for lying. Roy's a hard man, with a cruel streak that makes my stomach turn, and Linda, worn down, backs him up. That night, he locks Emily and Jess in the attic, says it'll teach them respect. 30 minutes later, he lets them out, but they're different. Emily, who used to chatter nonstop, stutters now, her words catching like they're stuck. Jess, tough as nails, flinches at loud noises, her sentences broken by pauses. They won't talk about what happened up there, not to me, not to anyone. I visit less after that, the house too creepy, the air too thick. Emily's family moves in 2002 to a new apartment across town, and not long after, the duplex burns down, arson, though nobody's caught. The lot's empty now, just weeds and charred wood, but the stories linger. Locals say the Black House, as they call it, was cursed long before Emily's family lived there. Old-timers talk about men in dark coats slipping out at night, seen by neighbors walking their dogs. The Goosebumps theme would drift from the empty half, even after the fire, like a radio nobody could unplug. In 2005, a mail carrier swore he saw 3 men standing in the ruins at midnight, their faces hidden, vanishing when he blinked. A kid biking home in 2010 heard laughter from the lot, high and childish, and crashed into a ditch, too scared to look back. Emily's okay now, sort of. She's a nurse in Syracuse, married, with a kid of her own, but she doesn't talk about that night. When I visited her last year, We watched a Goosebumps rerun for laughs, but when the theme played, she went pale, spilled her coffee, and changed the channel. "I can't hear that," she said, her voice small. Jess lives in Rochester, works at a library, but she's jumpy, always checking over her shoulder. Their mom left Roy in '99, got a small place for her and the kids, but she never believed their story, thought they were acting out. Roy died in 2015, hit by a car, and some in Elmira whispered it was the Black House settling a score. I still live near downtown, and sometimes I walk by the old church, the lot where the duplex stood. It's quiet, but not the good kind, like the ground's holding its breath. In 2020, a neighbor told me she heard the Goosebumps tune late at night, coming from nowhere, followed by a giggle that made her dog whimper. Last month, I passed the lot at dusk, and for a second, I swear I saw a shadow move, tall and thin, gone when I blinked. I don't know what Emily and Jess saw in that attic, what they heard in those 30 minutes, but it broke something in them. They've never told, maybe never will, and I don't push. Some things are better left buried, like the Black House itself. That's the story, just for you. If it made your skin crawl, hit that like button hard. Your likes keep these creepy tales coming, and I've got more that'll make you sleep with the lights on. Don't miss out.